Yo! What's going on, guys? And yeah, you read the title correctly. It's your boy Sydney. I'm in Sydney International Airport. Past customs. I'm skipping out of Australia. For how long you ask? Okay, it's only 4 days. Only 4 days. But still. Alright? And this airport's all about me, right? See? Sydney specials. Sydney Airport. It's all about Sydney today. And you know what? It's been a while since I've had a break. Been a very, very, very long while. Check this out. Got all of the duty-free shopping, of which I will be doing exactly 0. Because it's a rip.
Sipping up baking money straight with Haley. Say, flipping through lightning, tightening strap with AK. Say, OG would turn me, would shoot me, would hate me.
Got a JB Hi-Fi up in here. Got some, damn son, some tasty treats right there. But look at this, $10 for cookies. $10 for cookies, like 150 grams of cookies. That is some next level bullshit. Check it out. Alright, macadamia nuts. $42.90. And people pay it. What the fuck? Man, I went to the supermarket the other day. Tim Tam was like $2.50, $3. Look at this shit. $6 freaking 90. Oh my god, that is a joke. Not paying it. I'll tell you something, guys, that I've always kind of coveted, that I'd really love to get my hands on if I had the chance. One of these bad boys. The DJI Mavic Pro. Actually, I've got one of these somewhere at home. Where's the one? This is, yeah, lost it. It's the new DJI kit. It's like got all the extra batteries and it's got some really cool stuff. But anyway, guys, look, I am going to be off the air over the weekend. I just wanted to let you know. Oh, how you doing? Check this out. We got ourselves a fine piece of machinery. A MGTOW machine if I ever saw one. Check this out. We got racing seats.
Alright,
Beautiful mechanical shifter. You know, just bare bones, no fucking around. That's the real deal. Ooh, what a piece of machinery.
Alright, thank you.
Someone's gonna win this. And it's not gonna be me because I'm not buying tickets today. Because I might get a free car, but then I'm gonna want to keep it. And that's when shit gets really expensive, right? So you're basically buying a ticket to have more expenses. I say like, oh cool, I want a car, but then you've got expenses to keep the car, to maintain the car, to insure the car. Beautiful Lotus, not for me. And this is the thing, guys, that a lot of us don't seem to realize. Like, I've got a buddy of mine, he's about 60 grand in debt at the moment. $60,000 in debt. And it's mostly from buying cars, taking out personal loans, buying a car, buying another car, buying another car, buying a motorbike. And he's paying registration, insurance, he's paying the third-party compulsory green slip, which is basically in Australia, if you have an accident, even if you're not insured, the other person basically, and yourself, if you're with the right insurer, they will, they'll be covered in terms of injury, you know, so if the other person gets injured, then you're all good. Anyway, enough of that. It's not cheap, right? It costs a couple of grand a year just to have a car in Australia, just to have it registered on the road and basically ticking along. So if you got, you know, say five motor vehicles, you might be talking like 10 grand a year cash out of your pocket. Imagine what you could do with that money, guys. That is your rent for a year somewhere. If you're paying like 200 bucks to share an apartment or, you know, living somewhere else. So yes, I'm going away this weekend. Now, I didn't actually pay for my flight. I utilized my frequent flyer points to pay for the flight. Interestingly, fun fact, in terms of the amount of money I had to spend to get enough points, right, well, on my credit card that I used to have, it was about $1 per frequent flyer point. It cost me 70,000 frequent flyer points to go to New Zealand and back, right? So think about that. And I've got 270,000 frequent flyer points. Well, 200,000 now, but I had 270 before I spent the 70 on the trip to New Zealand. And all of these expenses that I incurred that enabled me to accumulate these frequent flyer points occurred as a result of being married. Yes, it is the samurai. Yes, it is. Bazinga. And man, when I was looking at my points, I was like, holy shit, the amount of money I had to spend when I was married just to get this free flight, it wasn't worth it. But at least it's something after all of that I went through that I can say, well, you know, I'm gonna take a weekend away, right? I'm gonna have a bit of a reward for myself. And I'm very, very fortunate that I've got someone over in New Zealand that has offered me free accommodation for those 3 or 4 days. One of my very close peeps. I'm going to Auckland. It's going to be cool. My first time in New Zealand. I've been to Fiji for my honeymoon, and I've been to the Philippines with my ex-wife. So both of the places I've flown overseas have somehow had something to do with my previous wife. Samurai Destroyer. I don't know what the French silent symbol is, so I made it by accident by the looks of it. But I just want you to think about minimizing your expenses in life, right? I want you to, you know, while it's cool that I get to fly for free and all, it wasn't free, right? I had to go through a lot of expense. A lot of those expenses could have been avoided. I would have been able to go on countless trips to New Zealand. I mean, what? It's $500 return, something like that, if you were to actually like pay for it. So the amount of money that I had to spend in order to get, so I think of those 270,000, 90,000 were bonus, it's like 180,000. So I probably had to spend in the vicinity of around about $120,000 to $150,000 on my credit card just to get enough points to go to New Zealand 3 or 4 times, right? Let that sink in, right? So $2,000 worth of airfares cost me between $120,000 and $180,000 worth of expenditure on my credit card. So, guys, please spend smart. Don't spend your money on shit you don't need to spend it on, or on people you don't need to spend it on. Travel, appreciate new cultures, you know, live for new experiences, and do what you can to essentially broaden your horizons. You know, my goal is, before my passport expires in 2023, so I've got 5 years. It's like a 30-something page passport. I really want to try and fill that up with travel. Right, and the only way that I can do that without spending hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of $1,000s on a credit card that I don't need is just by being frugal. It's by being responsible with my money. It's about looking for opportunities to make new income. Right? And there's so many opportunities out there to make income, guys. Even people you know that say, oh, you know, can you come and do this for me? Just say, yeah, no worries. I'll tell you what. How about you shout me 3 dinners and I'll come and transfer all the stuff over on your computer. You know, I'll tell you what. Normally I charge $200 to do this. I'll do it for your mates rates, 50 bucks. Right? Or whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. But get smart, get creative. Think about how you can maximize your income and minimize your expenditure. and how you're going to get the best long-term value for money. You know, if you go out eating at restaurants all the time, yeah, you might remember that what you had to eat, maybe sometimes, right? But you could go out to 3 restaurants, and it's like 3 expensive restaurants with a friend, and essentially spend a return trip to New Zealand in 3 meals. Think about that. Just shut your mouth. As you can see, that's not my flight. Oh, Miguel says the Sun did an article on MGTOW with all the shaming language. Miguel, do you have a copy of that Sun newspaper? And if so, can you please email a high-res detailed photo of that article to sydneymgtow@gmail.com. I really want to check that out, and I will do a video on it. Jimbo, my man, he's buying his own home this year and still has £30,000 left over. That's what I'm talking about, Jimbo. Good man. So good to see. And Miguel, was that the Sun Herald? Was that which Sun paper was that? Alright, I'm gonna have to check that out. Anyway, guys, look, I'm gonna bounce for now. I'm gonna go chill out in the lounge before I actually go. But I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video when I get back on Tuesday next week. But for now, I'm gonna bounce and enjoy my weekend out of Australia, and I will see you next time. Appreciate you guys. Peace.